What's up, guys? Hbox here, and I wanted to discuss with you what appears to be the first patch that we've received for Nickelodeon All-Stars, which came in the middle of a tournament on October 8th, so I guess yesterday or the day before. And Thaddeus Cruz, of course, confirmed this, put it on his Twitter to explain what happened. And a lot of the things that were patched for this first update were, all, as expected, a lot of the things that players were complaining about and things they wished removed from the game. So another example of Thaddeus and the rest of the Nick All-Stars development team listening to their players and making sure that their voices are heard and that the game continues to have a fresh and consistent meta. Of course, the game's been out, I guess, officially 3 or 4 days now, and of course, it's already been broken way open because people play this and to an insane degree, and they follow through with all the tech and meta they learned from previous platform fighters, and they put it into the game. So with that being said, people are already discovering 0 to deaths, crazy guaranteed kill combos. I mean, you see what Void can do with Aang, or what Thunder's Rain can do with Leo, and what all the other Aang and Leo players doing now, and of course all the exploits that people have found with characters like Lucy, Sandy, especially with her infinites. These were all things that were concerning to the team, and of course, as we can see here, this is their response. So I want to go into each of these briefly and explain what they are, so you guys know what's going on. So Thaddeus Cruz wasn't expecting to post this today, but fixed Mikey infinite jump. So Michelangelo in the game, of course, has a move where he goes into his shell and kind of spins around. Sort of looks like Bowser's Fortress in Smash Bros. This move has a lot of high mobility, but someone discovered that if you use the move in a certain way, you can gain height and then continuously jump after using the move, cancel it, jump again, over and over, rinse and repeat, and gain essentially infinite height to the point where your character, your opponent, cannot reach you as you're dwelling high in the skies as a cloud roaming turtle. Now, this was one of a few ways that stalling was enforced, or stalling was actually exploited in these games. Tournaments did enforce a non-stalling rule to counteract it, but in general, it's good to have these things not possible in the game to start with. So the team quickly got rid of that, and if you play the character right now, Mikey can no longer do his infinity jump to the skies, and is forced to stay on the ground like most land-dwelling reptiles. Next, we have the idea of fixed rich text exploits. Say that 5 times fast. Fixed rich text exploits. You might have seen it when you enter a certain lobby or room. You'll see a giant name like Coney in all red or something like that, or just something huge. The name's like the font is like the size of the entire screen. Apparently, they didn't configure the fact that you could put rich text into your username that you had on Steam, I believe, and as such, the game did read it and would, put it out as your actual display name, with hilarious effects, of course. Most games don't allow this at all, and now, of course, the names are all the same font and the same size, which makes things more consistent and less of a nightmare. But for the brief period of time where they were existing, it was pretty funny because you could sort of advertise your lobby or a name as a big giant red sign, make everyone click it. So it was definitely creative of the players to discover it and to use it, but now that's pretty much gone. But yeah. Also, we have our next patch fixed PTM not having respawn effect. So apparently Powdered Toast Man, after he gets KO'd or SDs, I think sometimes his respawn would be kind of messed up. There was I think I saw these a couple times, but not too often. It was probably one of the smaller ones, but obviously having every character across the board have an equal respawn, have equal invincibility, and make sure they're all set and ready to go. Very, very important for the game. And again, these are kind of the patches you expect to see in the first update for a game. Developers can only find so many glitches, in their first playthroughs of going through it. So these are pretty important ones, and I'm glad that they went through and did this. So Powdered Toast Man now also fixed, and the next two are probably the most important to, I guess, what the competitive players were talking about. The fourth patch is fixed jab reset triggering, even when a character is not in a downed state. So I think essentially this was what caused, I believe, a lot of the infinites to happen, Sandy's especially. You could jab reset sort of as they were getting up. which meant that they would just constantly get up and get up and get up. Usually jab resets in the game, you jab them, they go into invincibility and they can't be hit, and then they get up. But in this game, you were able to do the jab reset in the middle of their get up animation, from what I understand. And so if you ever were playing quick play and you saw Sandy just consistently jabbing you over and over and over again, and you were kind of just stuck into it, and you had to just wait until you got pushed to the ledge, that is kind of what caused that. And usually in a fighting game, the jabs can only come out so quickly, such that you'll notice that she just jab, and then you get up in between the jabs, but then you can still do it again, and that's probably not what they wanted. So to no one's surprise, Thaddeus and the team did remove this. So now essentially any of those sort of locked situations for jab resets, and jab reset is a really good mechanic. It's a really great way to punish someone for missing a tech. Even though it's a good mechanic, you can't exploit it. You shouldn't be able to exploit it as hard as players were doing. So I'm personally very, very happy to see this, because a lot of times I was just kind of waiting for the combo to finish rather than be able to play. And in some fighting games, waiting for a combo finish is part of it, kind of like Dragon Ball FighterZ or any game that has very, very long combos and you have to just wait for the entire string to finish. Sometimes that's part of it, or Falco and Ultimate, obviously, cutscene combos. But in this game, the pace seems way too fast, so very, very glad I took it out. I think it'll definitely contribute to both the casual and competitive experience for doing that. And finally, the last patch note they had was fixed tech not activating as intended if landing from launch state. What I believe this is referring to is the fact that if you did miss the first tech on something, let's say Reptar's giant down B flame breath move. If you miss a tech on that, he could do down B, jab reset you, do it again, jab reset you, do it again, and usually you wouldn't be able to do that because you can just tech off the flame breath. But your tech window would just be non-existent. If you missed the first tech, for some reason, you wouldn't be allowed to land any other techs as part of that combo, and it was essentially a guaranteed 0 to death off of one missed tech. So if the game starts and you get up tilted and you fall and you miss a tech, you're locked out of the tech for the entire time. And that, guys, was a very, very big problem. That led to, really, really, I'll say it, really annoying strings that otherwise shouldn't be working. So I'm really glad they made sure to get rid of that, and now the game does feel more fluid. Obviously Melee-esque is a sort of adjective that would be used to describe the game, but in Melee there's nothing like this. Thankfully that was patched out of the game, or not. It was if it was a glitch in the game, the devs never had it in the game in the first place, and I agree. You should be able to tech whenever you want, and you shouldn't be punished for missing one tech. So yeah, this is the first patch notes, and they covered a lot of the bases that players were looking for. So yeah, this is hilarious. He didn't even know that there was that wave slime invitational happening on right now. So apparently they patched the game in the middle of the tournament. But for that tournament, Full Stream won. And yeah, he won the Heart Swap TV Wave Slime Invitational. So, but yeah, it seemed that people were pretty happy that this was all there. And some people were asking for other things like this. Out of every move in the game, there's exactly one move that uses optional motion inputs. Hug Driver. If you do a full circle motion, Patrick gains a purple tint armor and has a much longer windup before grabbing. If you grab in this state, the Power Driver becomes turbocharged, can fling you. Some of these things I don't recognize, but obviously it's work in progress for everything else. But great work from the team for fixing all the concerns. And yeah, so guys, in the comments below, let me know if there's anything you want changed from the game. Of course, these are just glitch patches. They haven't actually balanced the game yet. That'll probably come in the next patches. Let me know which characters you want to see patched, either make better or make worse. I still think Nigel's flick should be stronger. And I think that maybe Lucy's jump scare should be nerfed. And Aang's ability to do these insane nair chains, which lead to death, maybe might need to be touched up a little bit. But that's just my opinion. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If there's any other glitches you're aware of, put them in the comments, and hopefully the team will see them, because they seem to watch these videos, and work on them. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and hope you're enjoying playing Nick All-Stars.